Everyone tells you to work harder, push through the stress, grind until you reach success. But what if I told you that this very mindset is quietly poisoning your life? I'm about to share something that will make you question everything you believe about success, productivity, and the relentless pursuit of happiness. You see, the very thing you think is helping you might be the root cause of your anxiety. Make no mistake, this realization blew my mind as much as it will yours. We're diving into a philosophy that's centuries old, yet addresses modern anxieties more effectively than the latest self-help trend. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to not only understand your anxiety, but tame it using timeless principles that blend ancient wisdom and modern science. I stumbled upon these ideas when I hit rock bottom, dealing with anxiety so crippling it felt like drowning every day. But discovering Stoicism turned my life around, and it's about to do the same for you. This isn't just about feeling better, it's about reclaiming control over your mind and transforming the way you experience the world. When I first read about these principles, I was skeptical. Ancient philosophy? Really? But the results were undeniable, and the science behind it backed it up in ways I hadn't expected. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that tightness in your chest? The racing thoughts that don't stop? The feeling that you're not enough no matter how much you achieve? If so, keep watching. I'll reveal the one Stoic practice that will break this cycle of anxiety and usher in a sense of calm and control you may have never thought possible. So if you're ready to level up your mental game and tackle the stress that modern life throws at you, hit subscribe. We're building something special here, and I want you to be a part of it. Ahead, we'll delve into the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, unraveling how their wisdom is more relevant today than ever before. Here's what nobody tells you about anxiety. It's not just about the pressures we feel today, but about how we perceive them. The mistake 99% of people make is assuming that anxiety is a permanent fixture in their lives. The truth? It doesn't have to be. Allow me to set the stage with a story from Marcus Aurelius. Imagine ruling the Roman Empire, the weight of the world literally on your shoulders, and yet you walk through it with a calmness that baffles your enemies. This Stoic emperor penned his reflections as personal notes to cope with anxiety and stress, a powerful practice not far removed from what we know today as journaling. The Stoic solution to anxiety begins here. Marcus wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thought." In plain English, this means mastering your internal dialogue changes everything. He recognized that external events are out of our control, but our responses are not. Reflect on what Marcus Aurelius endured and realize that if an emperor can find serenity amidst chaos, so can you. Apply this by taking stock of your daily worries and conditioning your mind to focus on what you can control, like your thoughts and actions. Let's make this practical. Here's exactly what you do. Every morning, write down what you're anxious about. Draw a line through the things beyond your control, which are robbing you of peace, and focus your energy on what you can influence. This small practice, when repeated, will help shift your mindset over time. Here's a common pitfall. You might feel silly initially, but remember, this is about retraining your brain. As we transition to the next point, consider what you learned about the power of perception and control. Let me tell you about another aspect you might not be aware of. Our obsession with constant positivity can be deceptive. Here's what most people don't know. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or being overtly positive. It's about acknowledging them, understanding their transience, and rising above them. This insight is a game changer. Everyone is constantly hyping up the hustle, right? They're saying, keep grinding and you'll eventually be successful. But what if this chase, this perpetual motion without pause, is leading you straight into a trap called burnout? Burnout isn't just exhaustion. It's a culmination of chronic stress. And here's the kicker. It's preventable. You don't have to be enslaved to it. The Stoics knew of this centuries before burnout became a buzzword. Let's unravel this with Seneca's wisdom. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Take a moment to let that sink in. The relentless pursuit of more, not just material, but experiences, recognition, is a thief of time and peace. Seneca's insight reveals that we all have enough time if we don't squander it on things that lead to stress and exhaustion. Here's how this Stoic gem translates into action today. Mindfully audit your commitments. Create 2 lists, one of activities that fuel you and one of things that drain you. Make it a priority to eliminate or delegate at least one draining activity every week. Success doesn't mean doing everything. It means choosing what truly adds value to your life. Recognize that saying no is a complete sentence and a powerful instrument of maintaining your peace. Let's bridge that with another profound thought. By understanding that we're not obligated to respond to every requirement others impose on us, we unlock the freedom to focus on what truly matters. Now consider this. Most people don't know that applying Stoic principles leads to both resilience against stress and clarity in action. Allow this to sink in as we journey deeper into the art of releasing unnecessary burdens. In a world obsessed with achieving perfection, let's pause and talk about failure, a topic everyone hates to confront but is inevitably a part of life. The truth? Failure isn't your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Society pushes you to fear making mistakes, yet the Stoics embrace them as essential stepping stones to growth. Here, Epictetus said, "It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows." By this, he meant humility in learning is the key to overcoming setbacks. Imagine seeing failure not as defeat, but an opportunity to gain wisdom. Realize that each slip-up provides insights no success ever could. If you're ready to leverage failure to your advantage, here's exactly what you do. After every setback, capture 3 learnings from the situation. What went right, what went wrong, and what you would do differently next time. This reflection fosters a growth mindset where errors transform into opportunities. And remember, the path to mastery is lined with the remnants of past mistakes. As we segue into our next principle, grasp that life's unpredictability doesn't signal chaos but uncharted potential. And while most people rush headlong into the future, blindfolded, what they don't know is that consistency, not impulsivity, mitigates anxiety and builds confidence over time. It offers a framework where challenges morph into adventures. Wait, let me show you something powerful. The Stoic perspective on control. By understanding what is in our power and what isn't, Marcus Aurelius's guidance becomes profoundly liberating. He argued that clinging to things beyond our control fuels unnecessary anxiety. By practicing acceptance, you free yourself from the chains of despair linked to impermanence. An easy way to practice this today. Start with a simple mantra. I accept what I cannot change. Whenever faced with frustration over things beyond reach, repeat this to ground yourself. It's crucial to remind yourself that while emotions are natural, they shouldn't govern your actions. Connecting this back, remember the anxiety driven by chasing uncontrollable outcomes. Instead, anchor on your efforts, which ultimately defines your quality of life. forward momentum. This is just the beginning as we dive into the startling power of presence, being attuned to the current moment, not enslaved by past regrets or future worries. This brings us to the climax of Stoicism's benefits. This is the big one, the principle of Amor Fati, the love of one's fate. Nietzsche popularized it, but its roots lie in Stoic teachings that urge us to embrace everything in life, even adversity, with an open heart. By doing so, you transcend merely enduring life to celebrating the entirety of existence. Imagine facing an adverse situation, and rather than resisting, you say, "This is part of my path, and I welcome it." It's transformative. By accepting transience, you gain freedom from fear and anxiety. When my friend couldn't land a job for months, he adopted this principle by embracing the downtime to focus on skill development and networking, eventually securing a role beyond what he initially envisioned. Let's make it actionable. Right now, list out 3 disruptions in your life. Instead of framing them as setbacks, consider how they might serve as growth opportunities. Remember, Amor Fati isn't about forced positivity, but genuine acceptance and trust in life's journey. Your old self would be proud of who you're becoming, someone who navigates life's complexities with grace and courage, anchored by ancient wisdom. Picture your future, living with less stress, more joy, and deeper fulfillment. That's the transformation Stoicism offers. A life well lived. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stoicism and its practical application to modern life. If this resonated with you, smash that like button. It lets YouTube know that this message deserves to reach more people who need it. Subscribe for more life-changing wisdom, and drop a comment to share which principle hit home the hardest for you. Your engagement helps amplify this message and strengthens our community. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll explore the power of resilience in overcoming life's unexpected challenges through the lens of another timeless philosophy. Together, we're reshaping lives and building a tribe committed to growth.